The
Jobina,
moral
we're
of this
talking about a show
episode is
today called Monster,
if you
right?
are feeling inside that you might
Monster
want
the
to
Ed
be,
Gein
or
story.
that you are a woman.
Right.
This is
And
part
whenever,
of the series.
Whenever I
Don't-
hear the word
don't
monster,
skin
I
her.
think about
You don't have to wear her skin.
That's the moral.
There are other ways.
That's the moral. There are other ways.
That's
What's the
not
guy?
what this is
Billy
about.
Bob,
There are other
Billy
ways.
Bob
Other than
Thornton.
Billy Bob Thornton.
You can
Yeah.
wear
Halle
panties
Berry
and a
and
bra
Monster.
if you are a
I guess
full
we'll talk
man.
about Monster
You can
the
do
show,
it. You can
but-
put
And
on
on
makeup,
in my mind,
dress.
dress.
You can
You
do it
every
all.
time you
You
say
can
the
do
word
this
monster, I like
episode.
that. I like
You
that.
can.
I'm
that
thinking
more.
about.
I'll make sure you're
Halle
Focus.
Berry's
This
information.
information.
All right, let's start the show. Hey everyone, I am Luther Palmer, and this is One Episode Stand, the podcast where we have too much fun helping you figure out what to watch and what to ghost.
And I'm Jobina Scott. Think of it like one night stands, but for new TV shows. So not your new love, but your new show, maybe. We watch and discuss the premiere of a new show, and then we move on to the next. No strings, no commitment.
We also dig into some of the bigger issues these shows raise when you're not just watching, but actually paying attention. We're going to get into Monster. Ed
Gein story.
Ed Gein. I want to say Sheen from the cheap
Gein.
internet products. What is that stuff called? What do they call that? Fast fashion? Is that what it's called?
Yes, fast fashion.
Yeah. Ed Gein. What else are you watching?
So I am happily watching the latest stand-up comedy special by my guy, Mo Amer. Wild World. I'm not finished with it, but as soon as I saw it come out, I was like, I got to get with my guy, Mo.
I'm not sure I ever went back to watch any of his stand-ups.
Oh, his stand-up is really good.
I think I've just forgotten about him. Yeah.
He's
Shout
great.
out to Mo. And if you are new to this podcast, we have reviewed Mo in the past, right? We did. That was one of the early shows.
Yeah,
wasn't
we
it?
did his show. It was one of the
Yeah,
earlier
yeah.
ones that we did.
Okay, so let's get to Monster the Ed Gein story. Describe the show for us. What does the internet tell us about the show?
Okay, here's what AI Overview tells us about this show. So, of course, you can find the show on Netflix. It's part of the Monster Anthology, which I somehow did not put together. We actually started One Episode Stand with the first installment of the Monster Anthology, which
Right.
was the Jeffrey Dahmer story. So
Okay.
this anthology also has the Lyle and Eric Mendez story and now Ed Gein.
So this
so
is the third
it is-
installment.
It's the third installment of stories about monstrous
So was this season
figures.
3, episode 1? What are we talking about here?
This is, I guess, maybe it is season 3,
Is
episode 1.
it listed like that in Netflix though?
No, I don't think so.
Okay, so we'll go season 1, episode 1.
Well, nope. Now that I'm looking at it, it is season 3, episode 1. Oh dear me! It says this season follows
Okay,
the
okay.
1950s crimes of Ed Gein, whose story is said to have inspired several famous horror films, including Psycho and Silence of the Lambs.
Okay, so what did you know about? Did you know this guy before coming to this show? I never heard of him.
Never heard of him. But apparently he inspired a lot of killers as well. Like people then modeled their serial killing career after him.
But this is a question that came up when we talked about Dahmer and all these copycats and things. If you know this guy inspired murderers, why would you rejuvenate his reputation and awareness
And infamy, yeah.
and
Who
infamy?
knows?
Like, why would you do that?
I mean, people want to understand these folks. They want to get inside their head and see why would someone who, for all intents and purposes, had similar life experiences to lots of other people go down this path. All of these stories are about trying to humanize and understand these guys.
Okay. So this and that. If this show was a mix between this show and that show, what's your this and that? I mean, I guess it had Dahmer vibes, right? I mean,
Yeah,
it's
it's
season
definitely a
3.
mix
Well,
of-
well, it's hard to say that it had the vibes of the first season because it's the same. It's the same show.
Same series.
But
I mean,
because it
yeah,
was
but-
set in the 50s, I also was getting Of Mice and Men vibes. I know that's a movie, not a show, but Of Mice and Men, there were the two brothers, and they were
Yes.
like, kind of on a
Well, that's a
farm
good
and
this and
working.
that.
I would say it's a mix between, or maybe say like the Zodiac Killer and
Okay.
Of Mice and Men, that kind of thing.
So the very messed up love child of the Zodiac Killer and of my son.
Right. The one night stand mistake love
Oh
child.
gosh, the terrible, unfortunate outcome.
Okay, so what is the show really about?
Yeah, this show is really about, I think the themes are obviously mental health and mental illness, but it's also about the relationship between a domineering mother and her sons. And then add to that crazy mix, like ultra religiosity and like subscription to like crazy oppressive religious beliefs. And that is the mix that you get in the Ed Gein story.
Yeah, I mean, it was what it was, right? There wasn't any nuance or layers to it. It was just some dude was mentally challenged in some way.
Yep.
Did they, in the 1950s, it wasn't diagnosed, I'm sure.
Yep.
He had a whacked out mom who also had something undiagnosed, but her wackiness
wrong with her.
bent toward religious zealotry and like
that
anti-women. Like she didn't want them to
she
marry
hated
any women. Like don't ever think about marrying women because they're the devil. And it was sad. The first episode, he doesn't do any actual
there's no
killing.
gore in the first episode.
Yeah, there's
you
no
don't have to
gore.
worry about that.
I don't know if did you get into the...
Well, I mean, let's just go ahead and put it out there. I watched the whole series. I watched the whole thing. I did it. I'm sorry. I did.
Does it get gory?
Yeah, there are some things I wish I had not seen in retrospect. In retrospect, I mean, they do though a decent job of not showing you the act so much as the after effect of the act.
You don't have to watch it, right? Like you are aware.
I know, but I'm
that
so
you can
sucked
hit the
in.
stop button.
I'm so sucked in that I don't know. I did watch the whole thing.
Okay, so I don't really have what was it really? I mean, it was just about a bad person, a bad time, and a bad situation.
Yeah, and if you watch the whole series, I'm just going to tell you right now, you're going to get mad because they really do try to make him sympathetic toward the end. And I just was like, truly, why did I waste however many hours of my life doing this, going on this journey? It really upset me.
But now he was mentally I mean, in what way did they make him sympathetic?
Yeah, so, I mean, ultimately we're just going to tell you the whole thing here. He gets diagnosed with schizophrenia. He does get diagnosed. He gets diagnosed after he's caught. He feigns, and really the show indicates that he is feigning a lack of remembrance of having committed murders.
Done the things. Okay.
He understands the parts of the crime that are not quite as heinous, but they essentially, he doesn't go to jail. He goes to a mental institution, and they really take you on this journey of trying to feel sorry for this person who was, really oppressed by his mother and mentally challenged to the point of having full-on schizophrenia. But he is like he's a Nazi sympathizer. Like they're just, I can't find anything to love or feel sorry for in this guy's life story.
Well, one of the things I have thought about even in the past is this notion of what do we do with people who are like criminally insane? Because I'm all for like restorative justice and anti-carceral state and, all of these, let's get rid of solitary confinement, all these things. But there's a small percentage of the population that is irredeemable. Like they genuinely are irredeemable. And the more access they have to people, it's not going to be good. And I don't know what to do with those people.
Yeah. The interesting thing though is that in an institution, which is where I feel like a lot of these people go, he was given relative freedom and he never harmed another person.
Interesting.
He got on medication. He walked. I mean, it's part of what upset me about it. He was free to move about. He wasn't confined to his space. He made friends. The nursing staff really loved him.
Right.
He received fan mail. The one thing that was really, I think, the point they were trying to make around, like, could he really have remembered murdering people, and was he really, of a sound mind when it happened, is he gets this this radio where he can sort of communicate with other people, and he thinks that he is communicating with an imprisoned Nazi guard. He thinks he's communicating with his mother, and it is truly all in his head. But he is mostly treated like a sweet, dear soul who couldn't help himself, and he lives a very long life and dies in a mental institution. So
now this brings up some interesting questions, because there's this notion that if someone commits particularly heinous crimes, and once we get to the point where we understand the brain enough to quote unquote fix this person, is the point of prison to punish them or to help them, to fix them? Because if we can fix a person after committing a crime, should they still be in jail? Because
in prison, because they've been rehabilitated.
And then also prison also makes their life worse and makes it harder for them to re-enter society. So I think we're going to have to confront this issue in the future of what do we do with people who did horrible things, but who now are effectively different people, and that happens very quickly. 15 years, 20 years. Okay, I don't want him out, but I understand he served his time. 3 weeks, 6 months. This person's now a different person.
Except to your point, part of what being in prison is about is whether you've changed or not. It is to serve a time commensurate to, as a punishment for what you did.
But we know that I think studies have shown that prison as punishment isn't a deterrent for crime. So people are not saying like, oh, I can't do this crime because I want to
better not do this. Right?
Yeah, it's not an effective deterrent. So we're not deterring crime by this. We're just being punitive, and that punitive spirit is actually making our community less safe, because we're removing this person from their family, where they're incurring cost that they didn't need to incur. So we're effectively making our community less safe to be punitive in a way that, who is it benefiting?
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think anyone knows, right? Go ahead.
Yeah. I think that we believe that it's benefiting the family of the people who were wronged.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And like I said, this is something we'll have to face this in the future. America is so fearful and so angry. I don't think America will be the last country on earth to do something like that, to let someone out of prison who's changed.
Oh, of course.
Because, we have prison for profit, so there's so many reasons why we won't.
Yeah, we're definitely going in the opposite direction.
Pursue those avenues. We're going the opposite direction, right?
Clearly.
Right. Okay, more or less anything? More or less?
No, okay, I will tell you the one piece that was unexpected and pretty interesting, having watched the whole series, was the way that they developed the connection to the movies Psycho and Texas Chainsaw Massacre by getting into the headspace of the directors, producers, etc., including like a tangent about Alfred Hitchcock. So you get Alfred Hitchcock, you get kind of his introduction of this genre of gory movie. And he ultimately regretted it because he felt like he got pigeonholed and he couldn't do anything else, because he took the American viewer to the point of terror that was beyond what they had seen in a movie theater before. And people loved it, which is, you talk about Americans, people loved it and they wanted more of it, and he just couldn't stop producing films like that.
How did you're saying they introduced Hitchcock? What does that mean? How did, was there a Hitchcock character that was on the scene? How did they?
Oh yeah, it's a Hitchcock character.
But how did Hitchcock get involved in the story? Right, they're following.
Hitchcock is inspired by Ed Gein to make the movie Psycho. So similar crimes are committed in Psycho that Ed Gein committed. Well, one, we didn't even really talk about what Ed Gein did because you don't see it in the first episode. But his sort of bent was he definitely had some psychosexual things going on as well. Like he was wearing his mother's bra and underwear.
I did see
like
that part.
Yeah, and he actually, there was part of him that wanted to be a woman. And so he was skinning his victims and wearing their skin.
What?
Yeah. He was making clothing.
What?
He was making chairs, lamps.
Jobina, that's awful.
Like you talk about a monster. He was a monster, but there's a scene in one of the episodes where he's wearing the face of a woman who he murdered. He has made a vest out of her torso.
I got it.
It's terrible.
I don't need to hear any more. I get it. Like
I just want you to be as traumatized as I was.
No.
Having watched the whole thing.
I got it. Thank you.
But
we can move
Alfred
forward.
Hitchcock. Alfred Hitchcock is like, the American public has never seen this level of something terrifying on film. And so Psycho, of course, like the famous Psycho shower scene, like she is stabbed in numerous times. There's so much blood, and it is kind of the first time that this comes into the American consciousness. And he, like the Alfred Hitchcock character, kind of surreptitiously goes into theaters and watches people's reaction to his films and gets his own level of thrill out of it.
Oh my. Wow. Okay, so they kind of like cut to Alfred Hitchcock in his world.
Yeah.
They
cut to the 70s in the maker.
Okay, I got you.
Yeah, and he cut to the 70s in the maker of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, who was all about like people need to feel something. We've got to go further. And all these folks are inspired by Ed Gein and his story.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Marry, Kill, One Night Stand. Ed Gein for you.
Oh my gosh. You are insane. Oh, golly. You're insane. We don't do real people. But
we don't do real people. But if we did.
There is no way.
All right. So you were compelled. Jobina, I could not do it. Because remember, I didn't do Dahmer. I didn't watch the rest of Dahmer.
Yeah.
Because I just don't need it. I don't need that.
Thing.
I don't need it in my life.
I don't know why I watched it, because I'm really scary. Like, I don't watch horror films.
Right.
I don't know why I watch it. But if it's a real person who's committed real crime,
You're all in.
I'm in.
Wow. Yeah. So this was a 1-episode stand for me. It was weird. It just was weird. One of the things that I guess what's good about this series is that they know how to do weird.
They do.
I think the opening scene was a person milking a cow over some ominous music, and they just made it creepy. Like, it just
so uncomfortable.
It's so uncomfortable.
Yes.
Like milking a cow with this creepy music, and this is what they're good at. Whoever is behind this series is good at making normal everyday things seem very creepy, which I guess is what they're talking about. There's a normal everyday
everyday guy.
Community. There's a guy.
Yeah, he was a small town guy in Wisconsin. Everybody knew him. He's like
and it is creepy as fuck.
It is.
Have you ever milked a cow before?
No, I've never been close
you
enough to a cow.
You should take your kids to milk a cow.
I mean, they probably have on some field trip, but I'm not milking. I'm not doing it. I am not doing it.
When you milk the cow, take some ominous music to play behind you.
Take a soundtrack. No, and as a former kindergarten teacher, that was my first job out of college. I have taken kids to a farm. I have been headbutted by a goat even. But yeah, I was bending down to help them feed the goat, and the goat was like, "It's on. You want to challenge me?"
Right.
But no, I've never been that close to a cow. This is a hard turn to the right. I will say that one other thing that these guys are good at, in addition to the weird, their claim to fame is taking very handsome actors and turning them into these characters. Like there was a big thing about the guy who played Dahmer. The same is true for the guy who plays Ed Gein. Like he's famous for being super handsome. Same with the guys who played the Menendez brothers. That's another piece of their thing, is taking a traditionally handsome, like widely recognized actor and turning him into this really weird guy.
Interesting. Okay. All right, I think we covered it, right? Anything else you want to say about
covered
the show?
all there we need to cover.
We've said more than we need to say.
More than we should have.
All right, thank you for listening to this self-edited and self-produced podcast we like to call One Episode Stand. If it was as good for you as it was for us, you can subscribe to the podcast to be alerted when new episodes drop. If you're listening on iTunes, please give us a rating. The theme music is Freedom by Paradox Hip Hop, and we'll be back next time with another series premiere. Jobina, let's end on this. Every story has a moral. What was the moral of this episode?
The moral of this episode is, if you are feeling inside that you might want to be, or that you are a woman, don't skin her. Right. You don't have to wear her skin.
That's the moral.
There are other ways.
That's the moral. There are other ways to express your femininity.
There are other ways
other than wearing her skin. You can wear panties and a bra. If you are a full man,
you can do it. You can put
on
makeup,
a Tuesday night,
dress. You can
do the whole thing. I like that. I like that moral. I'll make sure your husband gets this information. All right, y'all. See y'all.
Bye, everybody. I just want you to be as traumatized as I was.